Now look at the clinical cases. So this is actual view of the mass, pre-contrast T1, post-contrast T1. So this mass enhances heterogeneous ray with lots of edema. Well, this is like you can say this is like a right hemispheric midline mass, but you really want to know, or if you can tell the relationship to the motor cortex, that will be much more helpful to the patient, right? So if you look at the superfrontal sulcus is this one, superfrontal sulcus is this one, and then this one is joined the precentral sulcus. Then this is superfrontal sulcus gyrus, this is middle frontal gyrus, and those are antero-posterior orientation, interrupted by this sulcus, and then these are right and left orientation. So this is a precentral gyrus, central sulcus, and postcentral gyrus. Right? Precentral gyrus, postcentral gyrus, this is a central sulcus. So the mass is in the precentral gyrus, most medial aspect. So that's in the paracentral lobule, but motor portion of the paracentral lobule. So this is a metastasis in the motor cortex of the right paracentral lobule. So even you don't know what this mass is, you're able to say the mass is located in motor cortex of right paracentral lobule, which is a leg motor function zone. Then removing this mass, this person may have some leg weakness. So that's good information you can give to the clinicians. This is oligodendroglioma in the left frontal lobe. So you can see the large mass in T2 axial and sagittal imaging. Well, instead of saying just the left frontal lobe mass, if you can tell where the Broca's and where the precentral gyrus is, that will be more helpful. So this one is, you can see the interparietal sulcus here, superparietal lobule, inferior parietal lobule, and then this one goes to the post-central sulcus here. Therefore, this is a central sulcus. So now, also you can see the vertical notch of the vertical branch of the Sylvian fissure here. So you can see that this is the precentral gyrus. You can see the precentral gyrus is posteriorly displaced by the mass, and this is the Broca's area around this vertical branch of the Sylvian fissure. So you know the mass is superior to the Broca's, anterior to the precentral gyrus. This is another glioma of the parietal lobe. Now, this one is more to the 4 o'clock location, orientation. So this is not angular gyrus. Angular gyrus is 5 o'clock here. So 4 o'clock orientation is the supramarginal gyrus. So this is a glioma of the left supramarginal gyrus. This one is posterior to the insular edge of the Sylvian fissure. And then you can see the thalamus level. So this is a superior temporal gyrus, but it's in the rectangular shape, obliquely oriented gyrus. So this is in the hesial gyrus. So this is the ABM of the right hesial gyrus, primary auditory cortex. This one is a midbrain level. You can see the high intensity lesion. This is a hematoma of the temporal lobe. Instead of saying left temporal hematoma, you can say this is in the midbrain level, so this is in the middle temporal gyrus. And then you can verify that this is a superior, middle, inferior, fusiform, and parahippocampal gyrus. So this is in the middle temporal gyrus. So this is the middle temporal gyrus hematoma. So you can just identify better. And then if you are saying middle temporal gyrus hematoma, this is not in the Wernicke's area, for example. This is a more posteriorly oriented glioma, right? So you can see the anterior occipital notches here. So this is a temporal lobe ends here. So this is in the occipital lobe. Here is a calcarine fissure here. You can see that this mass is kind of anterior to the, posterior to the anterior occipital notch, preoccipital notch. So definitely this is the occipital lobe mass. And then occipital astrocytoma, and then also this is affecting the Ware pathway. For example, removing this person may have some orientation problems. So occipital astrocytoma, just calling occipital lobe is, occipital lobe is like a visual cortex. So there is some, this person may have a hemianopsia, but they may not have hemianopsia, but they may have some orientation problem. So those are the things. It's better to understand that which component of the lobe is identified in the tumor is identified in the occipital lobe. So that was a quick overview of the neuroanatomy, and then I hope you enjoyed the lecture.